So I think about how we worship politics, and the older I get, the more I realize how ineffective politics is. Because by nature, politicians want to keep power. As long as they keep power, they keep their jobs. All of us want to keep our jobs. All of us want to make a living. You know, we have wives, we have kids, we have bills. So a politician makes money by keeping power. And a politician in particular has, because they have power, they have influence. So the problem is that no longer the focus is to actually help resolve problems and help people. The focus becomes maintaining that power. I believe the politicians, many of them probably start with the right heart. Many of them actually feel that they, or think that they can help people. But somewhere down the line, that spirit of politics, there's no other way to call it, that spirit just take over. And that's why we see how ineffective politics is. How they don't pursue truth. Again, truth and helping people is not at the heart of politics. It's whatever it takes to maintain power. So that's why you can see Joe Biden doing the same thing, just an example, doing the same thing that Donald Trump is doing, and the Democrats will defend that. But they hated Donald Trump for it. Because again, the focus is not truth. As a matter of fact, the focus is not even logic. You're going to do whatever it takes to maintain power. You see in New York, for example, the governor of New York, Cuomo, is in a lot of trouble with all these accusations of sexual harassment. And there are some Democrats that are asking for his resignation, but compare how they're doing him with how they do a Republican. Because again, truth is not important. Morality is not important. Values, commitment, loyalty is not important. Loyalty to the truth is not important. It's loyalty to the party to maintain power. So at the end of the day, we the people, we are left with sometimes not even having a desire to vote. Because we see it over and over how politicians, once they're in power, they change. Once they're in power, they have to do other things to maintain that power. So that's what we see every 4 years, every 6 years for the senators. That's what we see. They used to camouflage that a little better. Perhaps there were more people, more politicians in both parties that really wanted to help people. But as time goes by, helping people is not really the focus. And we see that the lies are in our faces. The manipulation, the distortion of the truth is in our faces. And the people are getting less and less benefit from the government. As a matter of fact, it is actually a good idea to keep the government out. And I guess that's the reason why the founding fathers really did not want the government to have that much power. The government is there to protect the nation through military forces, to armed forces. It's there for the infrastructure of the country. But outside of that, you attach government to any business, that business is going to go down, because they are going to do whatever they can do to maintain power, but the results are not necessarily important. So that's a bad combination for the business. But when you have a business and you have to make a living, you do everything you can to do the right thing, to serve the right product, because you want to keep businesses. You want to keep people coming and buying your product. So, the focus is totally different. But politics right now, guys, again, the older I get, the more I realize that spirit is so demonic, and that spirit is the spirit that one of the spirit that Satan is using to destroy our country.